Streaming cyberspace into your place from Sonoma Raceway, it's the Virtual Grip Network's live as it happens coverage of the DJ Yee-J ARCA Farmer 400, round 7 on the Triple Bypass ARCA season. Let's try that again. It's the ARCA Farmer 40, round 7 on the Triple Bypass ARCA Series Season 9 schedule. We love road racing, but 400 laps here at Sonoma would be a bit much. You know, round like a circle in a spiral, like a wheel within a wheel, never ending or beginning in an ever-spinning reel. Such is the standard fare for this or any oval sim racing series. But today, there is no mental breeze, and the doldrums have left the windmill in the minds of each of these triple bypass drivers unpowered, frozen against the Sonoma heavens. It's been said that having oval drivers race on a road course is like feeding a dog spaghetti. Though enthusiasm abounds, it's not a good idea and should only be tried on rare occasions. Well, today is that rare occasion. The bowl that usually contains a steady diet of familiar left turns has been switched and filled with twisting noodles that wiggle both left and right. Next round, the wind will blow again and continue to do so until season's end. The blades on the mill will resume their familiar and never-ending counterclockwise rotation. But for today, the question is, how will these puppies of this oval series digest road course racing? For some, it will be healthy business as usual left on the backyard lawn. For others, a smelly surprise on the hall carpet. To find out which and for who, pull the lever on the lazy boy and settle in for the excitement that is the unfamiliar action of simulated ARCA cars on a road course. From the dry, unmanaged, Tinder-ready hills of Northern California, we offer a warm hello and welcome on this Tuesday afternoon, October 7th, 2025. It's Josh Granny Hips Buckley joining yours truly, Bill Soupson, hype in the VGN broadcast booth to bring you our words eye view, turning the knobs, pushing the sliders, the boss man, Lowell Jewell. All right, Josh, if an oval series wants to go road racing, Sonoma is one of the tracks that first comes to mind. Well, I've seen a lot of stock car racing here. What do you think?
Oh yeah, definitely. This is an iconic track to come to. A lot of fun. I've never had much success myself here, but just looking at these guys in practice, I'm really curious to see how this one weighs out. Like a lot of guys are, the rear end sticking out a little bit. A lot of guys sliding around, so it's going to be an interesting race for sure.
They can go 40 laps. We think pit stops, the fuel will only take them about 35, so pit stop strategy will be important. Hey, let's go ahead and take a quick look at the points here. Remember, this broadcast is sponsored by, well, we're going to talk to him in a minute, but it is, of course, Justin Yee. DJ Yee runs one of iRacing's most popular YouTube channels, offering track guides, news, and documentaries. But right now, let's go ahead and take a look at the points. Adam, Ring Around the Bosie, is on a 3-race win streak. Adam Kunman, well, he's keeping Bosie honest with a second last time out. Brad Kress has only missed the top 5 once this season. Having missed 2 races already, Stephen McClendon, well, he's out of drop race insurance. Anything that happens, it's going to count. It's been a third and a third for Justin Baxter his last 2 times out. How about Terry Brooks? Well, he'll be dropping his 24th place result that he had last time at Phoenix. Caleb Brown falls a spot down into 7th. Phoenix 11th was enough to move Mark Hertzog up a rung on the points ladder. And then you got Matthew Harmon. Well, he holds station in 9th. And welcome to the top 10. That's going to be Nicholas Shuffle Up and Deal, his first time making the top 10 graphic this season. With that said, we have an opportunity to talk to the man who is the title sponsor of this race, Justin Yee. If we can bring him in right now, talk a little about him. Justin, the soup up here in the VGN broadcast booth. You got a copy? We were just going to ask him all about what it's like to be a DJ and sponsor this race. We'll give him a little bit minute. Justin, are you there? Well, we'll try him a little bit later on that one. I have some good questions for him. I want to know if he actually spins the vinyl, if he can run that thing back and get one of those rip, rip, rip type thing going on. But we don't know because he wasn't ready for the interview. Well, the best laid plans of mice and men.
5 seconds, I was going to check the Mariners game.
All right. Hey, the Mariners are having good to see those guys back in the playoffs. It's been, I don't know. I think Reagan was in office last time they made it. Hey, Justin, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good. How's it going?
Very good. Tell me a little bit about what you do. We got some news that you got yourself a YouTube channel.
Yes, I do YouTube videos for specifically iRacing, oval content, usually some variety in the iRacing sphere, and mostly just trying to have fun with sim racing, which hopefully is the goal of what we're all trying to do. But sometimes it's a little bit easier than other times.
Oval content, but yet you're the title sponsor on a road course race. How'd that come around?
Al, well, that's what Al presented to me, and I liked Sonoma just as much as any track on the NASCAR schedule, so I couldn't say no.
Okay, I got to ask about this name of the race, DJ Yee-J. I'm assuming you do a little bit of DJing. Is that what's that about?
Absolutely not. Just rhymes with my last name and my first initial.
Oh, I'm so disappointed because I had so many questions. I did research. I was up all night for a couple hours researching all the ins and outs of DJing, and now it's all for naught. Well, if you're a DJ out there and you want to sponsor one of these races, go ahead and talk to VGN and see if you can do it. I got the questions for you. With that said, what's your favorite car to race, man?
Well, it used to be the old ARCA car, but when they got rid of that, I've kind of been not really racing anything in particular on iRacing. I like the new Gen 4 car. It's a little bit. I like the old Gen 4 car a little bit more just because I really like that loose feeling of the car. Right now, I would say the Xfinity car is my favorite car. Another car that I tried recently for a video that I really enjoyed was the Asphalt Sprint car. That one was crazy. I'd never tried that one out before, and it's probably my new favorite, but it might just be recency bias. That's like the thing that I've tried most recently.
You know, when you're talking about recency bias, how about the Mariners making the playoffs? Are you from up north, the Northwest? Is that why you're watching them?
Yep, Northwest, born and raised. Mariners have always been bad ever since I've been alive. I was gonna go see the game a couple days ago in Seattle while I was up there, but the ticket prices were about $250 for the night then, and I decided it was a good idea just to drive home.
You know what? Being in Seattle is one of the signs you're getting old, at least in my life, when you live long enough to see a baseball stadium built and then torn down in one lifetime. Are you old enough to have ever been to the Kingdome?
I was never at the Kingdome. Safeco Field was what it was called when it was first up. I went there when I was maybe 3 or 4 years old, and it was pretty brand new back then, but I never made my way up to the Kingdome.
Yeah, when the ceiling starts falling down and hitting fans, it's probably time to take that thing down. Well, good luck. Good luck to the Mariners, and hopefully you'll get to be on one of these VGN broadcasts out there on the track, man.
Sure thing. Appreciate it.
All right. There's our race sponsor. It is Justin Yee. And, of course, you know, it's Mark Hertzog. He's part of this bypass racing league, triple bypass racing league that makes these broadcasts possible. When you're looking for a broadcast team, you thought about VGN. And boy, we are so thankful that he did that. And you, if you are a series manager and you're out there and looking for a broadcast company to cover your races, think about VGN. We'll be happy to do it for you, despite the crazy introduction that we sometimes have on these races, but nevertheless, that's what's going on. Hey, qualifying is done. Let's go ahead and give you the starting order right now. I'll take the front row and then turn this second row over to my partner. On the pole, well, it is Tyler. It looks like it's going to be Tyler Merritt up there with Kyler Grish next to him.
All right, starting in third is going to be Chad Winstead. To his outside is Alan Kunman.
Points leader, Adam Ring Around the Bosey will be starting in fifth. He's going to be flanked by Ben Harcum.
In seventh place, you're going to have Brad Kress, and to his outside, Sean Bradley.
Al Corey will be starting in the 9th position. The 10th spot will be filled by Adam Shaw.
Now, 11th is going to be Mark Hertzog. To his outside, William Emmert.
In the Baker's Dozen spot, it's going to be Corey Silva. The 14th position is veteran Justin Baxter.
In 15th, you're going to have Caleb Brown, and in 16th is Terry Brooks.
Matt Harmon, he's inside the top 10. He'll be starting in 17th, though, way back with Zachary. Let's get that one right. I can read this. It's not the pronunciation. It's just the small spot. It looks like Nurmi on that one in the 18th position.
19th, you're going to have Dylan Freeman, and 20th is Mark Jarrell.
Matt Afferson is going to be in the hidden blackjack with John Crutchley outside of him.
And 23rd is going to be Cameron Kane, and to his outside is Brian Cooper.
Fan favorite will be at the very end down there. Tyler Ruelos will be the driver starting in the 25th position. All right, we got all of the business out of the way. Now we can turn our attention to the driver up front. Car number 38, Tyler Merritt. Haven't seen much about Tyler, how well he does on the ovals. Probably a road course ringer. Really, really quick in qualifying, putting in a 1:15.294. The next best on his outside, 1:15.643. The perfectly mesmerizing Josie Kirkland pulls the pace car in as they go around the hairpin. Coming back, getting ready to start this first of 40 laps. So glad you were with us. Round number 7 on this ARCA schedule. Gather up the chicken, take cover again the cows because the horses are out of the barn, and it is indeed Barrett that leads the stampede down into the first corner. They work their way through. Now they hit up into the right-hander, up through the S's. In second spot, it's Gresh right in second, back in third, making a move on the outside. That's a familiar name of Chad Winstead. He's going to get the best of the number 3. Oh, they are side by side. They get that sort of now momentum to Kunzman. Kunzman fight back. The battle is for third right now. The top 2 are driving away. Oh, my goodness. See you later like you're a skater boy. The front 2 drive away, and now Kunzman. No, Winstead gets third.
Yeah, this is basically going to be the time where you can try to get all the positions you can here before everybody gets spread out. So definitely going to be aggressive right now.
You're looking at the battle for 4th position. That's the 3 of Kunzman. He finally gets that sorted out as he pulls ahead of the points leader. That is Adam. Ring around the Bosey. Bosey now racing in 5th. Back half of your top 10. Harcum, Kress, Bradley, Shaw, and then big mover down there for Corey Silva. Started in 13th, all the way up to 10th.
Yeah, right now it's just going to be about getting the laps, you know, get everything going, getting momentum, getting, you know, your groove in there, and just ride it out right now and try to see what the car has.
Hey, I can report as I watched the entire field come across the start-finish line for the very first time. As far as I can tell, everybody is clean. Couple slowdown penalties given to some guys. But very first good, clean lap here, especially from guys who don't race on these twisted courses very often.
Yeah, watching this in practice, it seemed like some of these guys, this car was a little bit of a handful, so far everybody looks like they're doing pretty good, staying on track. So
I'd like to go back real quick. Look at the driver in 15th position, car number 17, Caleb Brown. He sits inside the top 10 when it comes to oval points. Well, actually, this is the normal points. Why are we talking about him? He's a big mover. He's up 4 spots already. Got a long way to go before he gets to anybody else. He's going to try to catch up to Adam Shaw, who's racing in 10th. But nice job back there from Caleb Brown. He's racing in 11th position. Yeah, 11th right now.
Yeah, he was looking pretty strong last week. I had a pretty decent car. Creamed the wall a couple times last week. So I know big thing here at Sonoma is just try to keep the car clean, don't get any damage, and just keep it on the track.
I know that you follow a lot of the Triple Bypass Racing League, and of course they do ovals where we have cautions. There'll be no cautions tonight. We are going 40 laps. They will have to stop for fuel. The question is, do you run it till the tank is dry, come on in for a splash and go, or do you maybe stop about halfway before you need to and put on new tires?
That's going to be an interesting strategy. I like to always talk about my differences, what I like to do. Some of the people will probably come halfway through the race. Me, I try to stay out a little longer and take advantage of the fresher tires and, you know, maybe pit lap like 25, 30. But we'll see what everybody plans on.
Let's go ahead and look at car number 094. This is Corey Silva. He is in 9th position. He's having a good run, up 5 spots. He's currently one of our big movers. He's closing in on the 77 of Sean Bradley. Not sure where the passing zones are here. They work their way through the horseshoe. They're going to come across the start-finish line. These guys will be working lap number 4.
Yeah, big passing zones are going to be pretty much that big horseshoe right at the end. That'll be a very big passing zone. You'll see people try to get aggressive and like dive bomb in there later in the race. And then on the backstretch, you see 77 around right in front of Corey Silva. Able to keep it going, and no one got collected.
That's a tough break for the 77. We're going to take a look at this on the replay. And of course, this is Sean Bradley, who sits inside the top 10 in points. Car gets loose.
Yeah, it's one of those, you can tell he's a little tight. It looks like he's getting on those rumble strips, and he's probably got a little too much wheel in it, trying to make sure it doesn't go into the dirt, and it just goes around.
Great job getting around. That was Brad Kress out there in the number 094 who got around him there at the very end. Let me correct myself. The car number 9. Oh, my elderly
a lot
eyes.
of those drivers.
Let me get to into iRacing here and figure out how to maximize the font size. Okay. Good racing going on. Let's take a quick look up front.
Yeah, it looks like right now Tyler Merritt is just picking him up, putting him down, just lap after lap. He seems to be very consistent, and it was the same way in practice, so I'm not really surprised, but just curious. The biggest thing is going to be keeping the car on the track. So one little mistake, and you can lose a couple positions.
Indeed. Let's check in on car number 405 right now. He's in a nice little battle. This is William Emmerich. It's a pretty good battle with the 28 of Matt Harmon. Back for just inside the top 20. They're battling for 19th. Sometimes some of the best racing on a road course is between guys that are not up at the front. Honestly, sometimes the guys at the front, you know, Josh, they know, look at this dive bomb as he tries to work around the outside. The guys up the front got it figured out. They don't make as many mistakes. I like to think of what's more exciting if you're going to watch a game of tic-tac-toe. You want to watch a game of tic-tac-toe between a couple chess masters, or do you want to watch it between a couple of toddlers? Certainly between the toddlers, because more mistakes are going to be made. That's kind of why sometimes the best racing a little farther back. That battle settles down a bit.
Yeah, that's definitely some of the cases. You see him go off track just a little bit there, able to keep it going. But yeah, no, definitely, you know, I'm one of those guys too, especially at road courses. You're going to find me more towards the back. And sometimes those battles that you have back there, yeah, it might be for 15th, 20th, but still, you know, you're having a lot of fun in the car, but you're really pushing as well.
We were for a little while on that yellow car of Mark Hertzog there, the end of Alpacini's racing in 17th. We left that one behind. Not much of a battle between the top 5. They're all pretty separated. The nearest battle in the top 5 might be in 5th position. Director, let's go there and look at car number 83. This is Adam, your points leader. Adam, ring around the Bosey. He's under attack from Ben Harcum in the 78. And under attack, I was using that term maybe a little bit loosely. It's about a 3 or 4 car lengths lead. Got a pit stop being made by Brian Cooper. Not sure if that's a scheduled pit stop. If he's coming in, I think he might have had some issues, came in for repairs. Oh, he had an issue. We're going to take a look at it right now. I think actually this might be his pit exit. I noticed when he came out of pit lane, he came out into traffic and he kind of put the car off into the California dirt there.
Yeah, it's one of those things that can be a little difficult with this track, is if you're coming off a pit road and you got cars coming, it can get narrow pretty quick. And looks like he was just trying to do his best to stay out of the way.
And Sonoma is interesting. It's one of the few racetracks where the pit lane is actually to the outside of the track. You're coming down the straightaway and you move to the left on this clockwise motion. You move out there, you pit, and you come back in on the outside as well.
Yeah, it's definitely different. It is a little easy to get on to pit road, but it's a little different, you know, hard too, because the cone where you really got to get down to speed is way up there. So you're trying to carry your speed through, but the turn is also sharp enough to where you could go too fast and hit the wall. So
looking at that battle back there with Harmon, that gets sorted out.
Now, one big thing I'm really going to be curious about is, I know we were kind of talking about it. Are these guys going to take tires, or are they going to decide to keep the tires that they got just to try to save some time, splash and go with fuel? I'm really curious to see what they do here. Maybe take 2 tires, I'm not sure.
Get in that battle with Kunzman there in the number 3 machine. Oh, that's the 37 car. And maybe got a slowdown penalty as he pulls to the outside. Glad you're with us here. We'll get this road course out of the way, and then the boys in the Triple Bypass League will go back to what they do best, racing on ovals. BGN will be stepping away for a few races, but we're going to come back, and we're fortunate enough to be able to cover the penultimate and then the finale. So we'll be able to be there when a champion is crowned.
I got to say, I'm watching this 405. And the 31 actually just pulled over and let him go. He went rapping on the bumper of the 31 a couple corners ago, so I was curious to see where that was going to go.
Looking up there, we see that we were working lap number 9 of 40, just about a quarter of the way through.
Now, that's something that's really cool with a lot of league racing. You see the 405 actually a little hot into the corner there and up out of the track. Able to gather it back up, but the 31 got back by. I know it's one of those things to see with when you race leagues. Sometimes you get some guys like they know they're quicker, and you guy looking in his rear view as they see the 405 gets close to the 31 again. And he'll just, pull over and let him go, and being like, I don't really want to be in your way right now, as he goes and does the same thing there. So the respect these guys have, it's really awesome to see.
Yeah, this is really the best battle back here, involving the 45. And a nice riddle run. It's a little farther back. That's Al Corey. He's being chased there by Dylan Freeman. And then also in the mix, the 28 of Matt Harmon. This is battle for 18th, 19th, and 20th. Best show on the track right now.
Yeah, you can definitely see the 30. Oh, the 31's pitting. Curious to see what he does here with tires, or he's just taking a splash of fuel.
He's within the window, so he can come in top off and then go the rest of the way. My dad used to call this the early peel, late reveal. Somebody peels off early, you forget about him, he falls well in the back, then when everybody goes through their pit stop, all of a sudden he cycles up to the front and you get a late reveal of, hey, how the heck did he get there?
31 did fuel only.
Well, there you have it, somebody to keep an eye on.
Now the question is, does that start to bring anybody else in at that point? I mean, no advantage on tires, so I'm not really sure, but I'm just curious to see if anybody else wants to pit this early.
But all you little soldiers in Soup's clipboard army, go ahead and mark that. Dylan Freeman, the leader of all cars who have pitted. But now we have another driver making a stop. And we'll see if he gets out in front of Freeman. Ah, here's the difference. 4 tires.
Yeah, it's a little more time, on pit road, obviously, but I do like that call. It's going to allow him to be a little more aggressive, especially in the longer run with the fresher tires, and see if he can make up that time that was lost by taking the tires. So we'll have to see if that plays out.
So a couple early stoppers. They should be able to go the distance. We'll keep an eye on them. All this going on behind Tyler Merritt. Go ahead, let's check in on car number 83. This is a nice little parade of cars back here in 4th position. Your points leader, Adam, ring around the Bosey. He's got about a 5-car length lead on Corey Silva. Now, Silva is up 8 positions and is coming. I don't think it's going to be long until the 094 gets the point leader. A little farther back, that's Brad Kress. He sits 3rd in the points. And then, well, several laps down would be the next car back there. So it's really those top 3. They're in a nice little battle. But let's go ahead and stay on this battle with Bosey being under attack here from Silva. We've been bouncing you around a lot. We hope you took your Dramamine. If you're getting seasick, don't worry. We're going to stay on this battle, and we'll watch Silva gets the best of it.
Yeah, it looks like we just had a spinner in the S's right there. Looks like Mark Jarrell was around. He looks to be getting back on the track and going. It's one of those things that gets a little nerve-wracking. You see a car spinning in front of you with a track like this, when it narrows up, especially in the S's, and you're just trying to figure out which way that car is going, and you're hoping that you guess the right lane. It makes you hold your breath a little bit.
Indeed. Then if we check back in, oh, a mistake. Let's go ahead and look at Bosey. He just made a mistake, and he was starting to put some ground between him and Silva, who was coming, and now that's all washed away. Good save though by Bosey. Boy, he continues. You can see the 83, how Adam is really working the car. The car does not look like it's going, yeah, it's certainly not on rails.
Yeah, it's kind of the hard thing with this, is you're really trying to get the power down in these cars, and sometimes it's just not there. And you know, the rear end will start to swing out on you, and you got to try to hold on to it and hopefully don't mess up too bad. Just one of those deals coming to Sonoma. Road course racing in general, it's a pretty different from your typical oval stuff. So,
and if you're wondering, the rule package, they race a fixed setup, so everybody is driving the same thing. Of course, different strokes for different folks, so some setups will work better for others.
No, absolutely that. There's very minimal things that you can adjust. Steering offset, steering ratio, and brake bias is pretty much the only adjustments that you can adjust in the car to be to your liking a little more. So these guys pretty much, for the most part, same setup. It's just who can handle it the best.
Okay, I'd like to turn the attention to car number 3. He's well back in the order. This is Alan Kunman. He is a top runner. He takes an early stop. Right now, he's racing way back in 17th position. He's going to get Matt Harmon right now. Mark it down on your clipboards, boys and girls. Alan Kunman right now in 16th.
Yeah, Alan's always shown speed here. He kind of seems to like to take those gambles, kind of like I do, like last week where you were thinking he was staying out too long before taking tires, and I thought it was going to be perfect, and he finished second. So I'm curious to see if this does a similar effect. He does definitely have speed pretty much everywhere he seems to go. So I'm curious to see what kind of ground he can make up.
He was racing up front when he took the stop. Right now, the gap to the leader is 52 seconds. So we'll keep an eye on that and see if that gap shrinks on Tyler Merritt.
Just had Cameron Kane off track, hit the wall a little bit. Looks like he's going to be pitting. It's always a little bit of the interesting things when you're trying to push the car just a little too much and you have dirt on the outside of these corners. Once you get those tires in that dirt, that car does not want to turn no more.
We started with 25 drivers who actually took the grid. 20 of them still on the lead lap. The leader of all the cars who've pitted, Kunman, he's on the lead lap as well. That's Mark Hertzog in a nice battle. Hertzog running in 11th. Then that's the 32 of Terry Brooks, and the leader of oh, Brooks makes a mistake. And that's going to allow Hertzog to get underneath him.
Yeah, pretty much what I was just saying about the 37, same thing. Just trying to get a little too much and just get into that dirt just a little, and that's all it takes.
So next on the Hertzog hit list would be Adam Shaw. That's a lap car trying to get out of the way. That's the 160.
Shaw way off the track. He really blew that corner and went in really hot.
I think Rulis, the lap car, gave him a little bit of a scare, so now Shaw will get a slowdown penalty. He brings it out safely, but he loses positions to Brooks. And also the 17 of Brown.
Yeah, he was definitely coming into that corner pretty hot, and I was curious if he was going to make that corner, and he definitely didn't. But, you know, the car's in one piece still, so just gather it back up and keep on going.
Okay, remember when you sign with VGN to be your broadcast partner, it's in the contract that we show you the leader every so often. So with that said, let's look at car number 38. We've raced 16 laps. He's led them all. Tyler Merritt. The car behind him, that's not for position. That's Ben Harcum. He's several laps down.
Yeah, Tyler seems to really have this place down, and his lap times are really good, really consistent, pretty close on times. And just when you can do lap after lap, he's doing exactly what is he's just driving away right now.
And we don't need to go there, but just you can see it on the ticker as it goes by. As we talked about Alan Kunman, that gap was about 52 seconds to the leader. Now it's 53. Let's look at Kunman right now in car number 3. This is the disadvantage of the early peel, late reveal. You might be fast, but now you're stuck back there in traffic. And while the leader's out there having it his own way, up, getting off right behind him. That was Tyler Rulis.
Yeah, the curiosity is going to be, though, yeah, he's stuck in traffic a little bit right now, but eventually everybody's going to pit, and it'll just, we'll see where he plays out after everyone pits.
Go ahead and take a look at lap times, if I could, of the leader. Well, his lap times seem very, very good. He just 3 laps ago was his fastest lap of the race. So I really don't know if tire wear is going to be an issue.
Yeah, if he's running his fastest laps now, then that might be the play, is to take no tires, and that's part of the gamble of it. So
of course, it's easy when you're out in front as he works through the horseshoe. As the field gets spread out a little bit, he'll have to start negotiating some of the back markers. And that's when my expertise comes into play. I can't tell you how to go fast, but I can tell you how to get out of the way. Lord knows I've had a lot of practice with that.
On these road courses, I'm the same way. I've seen the 78 going to turn 2, I think it is. He was all sorts of sideways. I can't believe he saved that.
Okay, got an interesting battle. Let's go back and look at Corey Silva now. He races in 4th. The car behind him is a lap down. That's really not for position. That is Dylan Freeman. But then the driver I want to watch, very quiet back there. Brad Kress, racing in that number 9. That's a battle for 4th with a cushion between them. As you can see them racing underneath us. The clouds go by, cools the track off a little bit. You can see the camera get a little darker there.
Just want to point out real quick, the 405 lost it into the wall and completely lost the nose of his car.
Well, I'll tell you right now, the 36 of Zachary Nuni. Oh, we're going to get a replay of this one. Here we go.
Yeah, you're going to see he goes into the corner, and it looks like everything's good, and just maybe a little too much gas. The car just steps out, and it's gone.
That was violent, too. It happened so quick. Yikes.
Yeah, it's just the unfortunate thing when you think you can give it a little more gas, and as soon as you do, that car goes nope.
All right,
I've been there
now
several times.
it's time to give a little screen love to car number 36. He is our big mover. Zachary Nerney up 11 positions, started at 18th, racing in 7th. Now, a few of those he picked up because the guys in front have taken a pit stop. He's yet to come in, but nevertheless, good run. We see ya, and we'll come back and watch you when you find somebody to race with. The car that he just got around was not for position. That was John Crutchley, who's back one lap down, racing in 20th.
I'm just glad you got his last name right this time.
Well, no guarantee I can do it again. Leader of all the cars who have pitted is Alan Kunman. He's now racing in 13th. All right, let's look at this battle. We got a nice battle here. This is a battle for 10th. Caleb Brown is under attack from Adam Shaw. Oh, Shaw looks hungry. Looking to the outside, can't get it done. Looking to the inside, can't get it done. Working both sides of the racetrack like a jaywalking milkman. Trying to see if there's any way around. Terry Brooks watching this battle in his rearview mirror and hoping it stays behind him. This is the best battle on the tracks. Brooks in 9th. And we're going to stop the battle there. Nope, that's a car coming in for a pit stop that wasn't in the battle.
Just a quick update, the 9 of Brad Kress is on pit road. Looks like he's taking 4 tires.
Boy, based on the lap times that I was seeing, I got to question that. Hertzog comes in.
Yeah, it looks like he's taking tires as well. 4 tires. I gotta say, Soup, there's a lot more people taking 4 tires than I thought there would be, so.
Indeed. So while Kress is making his stop, Kunman gets around him. So Kunman continues to be the driver who's leading all cars who have stopped. Let me correct that. Has Tyler Merritt made a stop? I think he may have.
You got Corey Silva on pit road right now.
The leader is in. Good call. Silva is in.
4 tires for Silva as well.
Kunman, who made that early stop, has worked his way up into 8th position.
I gotta say, I'm really surprised seeing the amount of people that are taking 4 tires. I thought there would be a few, but there's a lot. Really surprised by that.
Our new leader, car number 27, Kyler Gresh. Kyler, I want you to stay out there. Run it as long as you can. Get that fuel tank as empty as a syrup bottle on a church social. Come on in, take a splash of fuel, don't change tires, and steal this one.
I mean, that's definitely a possibility. Looking at his lap times really are not that bad. So if I were him, I'd probably take the gamble and try to, not take tires and just save as much fuel, save as much time as you can on pit road. So it'd definitely be something I would, if I were him, I'd be thinking about.
Quickly, let's look at Chad Winstead, car number 97. He's currently racing in 2nd position. He's yet to make a stop. He just worked his way around Hertzog. He's trying to work it fast as he can. He knows he's racing the guys that are a half lap behind that have already made a stop. Winstead racing as fast as the problem is he's got traffic now. He's dealing with the 037 of Matt Alfredson. Oh, nice job, Matt. That's how you do it. If you're a back marker and you want to know how to get out of the way of a man who's racing on the lead lap, Alperson just did it.
Yeah, that's going back to that respect thing I was talking about earlier with these guys. They show a ton of respect for each other.
Wherever the local chapters, Matt's Back Markers United is, when he goes there, give him a nice seat in the comfortable chairs up front. And don't give him one of the stale donuts. Give him one of those apple fritters. Those are good. Well done, Matt. Matt racing in 15th, a lap down. So, Soup, what's the gap between Gresh and Merritt? I know you're asking me that. Well, I'll tell you right now, it's 24 seconds. I don't think that's enough time even for a splash and go for Gresh to get it done.
Yeah, no, that's really not enough time at all. So you'll probably take 20 seconds just on pit road before even stopping.
But it's 50 seconds back to Caleb Brown. Might be able to Caleb Brown racing back there in 5th spot, so Gresh might be able to vulture a few.
Yeah, curious to see. We were watching Kunman is up to 6th, but you know, Merritt sitting in 3rd. I don't know if he's going to be able to do anything with that.
Let's look at Kunman. He's in a nice battle right now with the 17th. Brown gives him a little room through the horseshoe. Now it's a drag race. You know, it's National Bathtub Day today. So with that, I got to say, Seattle's bathtubs as they race side by side. Alan Kunman gets that position. Now up into 5th. So we've been talking a lot about the action on the track. How about some big picture, Soup? What is this? How's it playing out as far as the points race goes? Well, when we came in, Adam Ring Around the Bosey was your points leader, and he races right now in 4th. His pit stops are done. He can go the distance. Kunman, who came in 2nd, well, because the racing gods are sports fans, Kunman races in 5th. Bosey and Kunman, 4th and 5th. Separated by quite a bit. I got to correct myself, folks. Adam Ring Around the Bosey has not made a stop. That's why the gap is so big. And there's our first real pit stop strategy. When Bosey comes in, we will turn our attention back to Kunman and see if Kunman can do the, what would that be? The undercut, where you come in early. The gap between them about 22, 23 seconds. I think Kunman's going to be in good shape to pick up some, to close the gap on the man who leads in the points. Remember, Bosey on a 3-race win streak.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see with the, what does it look like, the top 3 that haven't pitted yet. I'm just curious to see how that plays out. I don't think he has enough of a lead, you know, on Merritt. So I think Merritt's going to wind up back in the lead probably pretty easily, but I'm curious to see where Kunman plays out in all this as well. It'll probably be top 3 at least.
So here's the deal. Kyle Gresh now has gone over halfway. So if iRacing's new Godzilla Attack Sonoma feature comes into play, I know it doesn't happen often, but I've heard rumors that it's in there. If the race were to stop because of a Japanese monster attack and the race were called, Gresh could steal this one without having to make that pit stop. It's a long shot.
It's absolutely a long shot, but anything is possible, so. Now, as much as I would sit here and think, you know, people were talking about 35 laps maybe on fuel, I don't see you being able to, you know, go the whole 40-lap distance without having to take fuel here. I could be wrong, but I think 5 laps is a lot to try to save.
Go ahead and we'll take a look at the lap times for Adam Bosey. Now, he's a quality driver, and looking at his lap times, his most recent lap put in a 1:16.75. Boy,
what I am noticing is the 97 to Winstead is actually catching Gresh. he had almost a second faster lap last lap alone, and he's getting close.
Indeed, and those two guys are running long. 3 names that have yet to pit: Gresh, Winstead, and Bosey. Of course, Tyler Merritt, who has been the dominant driver. Something else to think about: races in third right now. Something else to think about, though. Merritt is trophy hunting. He's not in the championship hunt. Bonus points for leading a lap and leading the most laps and sitting on pole. None of our top drivers really are picking up any bonus points yet, but Bosey, in theory, could stay out there longer and vulture that bonus point for leading a lap.
Yeah, I mean, any points is,
Yep.
you know, positive points. So if you have that opportunity to get that extra bonus point, definitely take advantage of that.
And I'll tell you right now, because I was a math minor in college, a point earned in the first part of the season is worth just as much as a point earned in the very last race.
Well, let's put it this way. I won a championship in a league once in a tiebreaker, so every point matters. I also lost the championship by a tiebreaker, so.
Okay. Did the sweetness of winning, was that greater than the bitterness of losing?
Oh, absolutely. You know, it's one of those things. I just, you know, when you literally tried to get as many bonus points as you could in the final race, you did everything you're supposed to, and you still lose in a tiebreaker, that just hurts.
Yes. As a poker player, I can relate. I don't remember my big wins nearly as much as I remember my bad beats. Those stick with you.
Yeah, drivers seem to always remember what is kind of, you know, when they've been wronged, or, you know, when they just fell short of doing something like winning a championship. So that'll stick with them forever for sure. What I am noticing is it looks like the lap times are starting to even out between the top 2 here. So where the 97 of Winstead was coming, I think the 27 pretty much said, okay, I got to pick it up a little bit.
It will be interesting to see. I think Winstead has a chance to cycle out. I think he's going to be able to undercut Bosey. I don't know if he's going to be able. Let me correct myself. I think Bosey's going to get out in front of him. I don't think Kunman. I don't think Kunman in 5th is going to be able to get to Winstead. I think he has that big of a gap. It'll be fun when they come in. Gresh also in the mix. Gresh, Winstead, and Bosey, the 3 drivers up front, yet to make a stop. Oh, when will pit stops come? Good racing going on.
Yeah, I'm looking through the field. For the most part, everyone's pretty split up. You got a little battle between the Harmon and, well, not really a battle. It's the leader, 27, going by right there. Just another one of those respect things right there. Pulling over, knowing is the leader, knowing he's faster, just let him go.
Harmon gets out of the way. Grish goes by. One more time to spread a little screen love here on the Virtual Grip Network. Let's look at car number 37. It is Zachary Nerney. He's racing back in 9th position, up 9 spots from where he started. Well done. He's our big mover. He's made a stop.
And he's trying to track down the 77 of Bradley.
We'll keep an eye on that. Bradley slow out of that corner, so here he comes.
I gotta say, I love that paint scheme on that 77 there.
It looks good. Duff Beer.
Yeah, grew up watching The Simpsons. Love it.
Well, right now, the Duff Man out in front of Zachary Nerney by about 7 or 8 car lanes, but Nerney is coming. We'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, behind Nerney, you got to pay. Oh, Nerney gets a little sideways. That really did not like that apron right there. But what he's got to be worried about a little bit is that the leader is coming right behind him. So.
Oh, and I tell you, that's hard. That is a tough situation for Nerney. He's racing his rear end off, trying to run down the guy in front of him. And you just don't want to pull over for the leader when he comes.
No, absolutely not. Especially if you're on the lead lap, you don't want to lose that. Especially, you know, there's really no restarts here, so there's no wave arounds, no nothing. But like, nobody ever wants to go a lap down, especially when you got the car for position right in front of you, and you're trying to track them down. The last thing you want to do is be trying to, you know, be nice and moving over and slowing yourself down for someone else to get by.
It's a great battle as they try to run down the 77. Let's go ahead and tell this story. Now, this also might be a good time for Gresh, maybe, to make his stop. When you're coming up on guys.
36. Oh, he loses it in front of the leader.
Boy, that's some commentator's curse there. Nerney was having a good run. Don't know if he's going to lose that many positions.
No, I don't think he lost one single spot. He did have a couple cars pass, but he looks like a car's clean, so that's the important thing.
Could be a little bit of pressure trying to run down the guy in front and also know that the leader's coming up behind you. Well, I was thinking that maybe it's a good time for Kyle Gresh to come in and make a stop. Let's go ahead and look at the leader. I think it's pit stop time. No, it is not.
Yeah, I think he's going to push this as far as he can, so I'm curious if it'll be lap 35 or maybe 36.
All right, Winstead has made his stop. He was racing in second. Merritt is just coming out of the horseshoe right now, so he's clearly going to be able to get Winstead. What we're going to do is look for Kunman.
I'm curious to see right now, does Winstead take tires or did he just take...
Winstead still in pit lane.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be fuel only for Winstead.
Kunman coming up to the horseshoe right now. Winstead beginning to roll. I think he's going to get out well ahead of Kunman. So I think when it's all said and done, I think Winstead is going to be the driver in second behind Merritt. Bosey racing in fourth, but he's yet to make a stop. He's going to lose a lot of points. Okay. Oh my goodness, let's look at Gresh. He's staying out. Work at lap number 34. Is Kyle Gresh go the distance? Only two cars yet to pit. Gresh and Adam Ring Around the Bosey, your points leader. Let's look at Bosey right now. Nope, he's going through the horseshoe. He doesn't make a stop. Everybody else has stopped. Merritt is the leader of all the cars who's made a stop. Winstead right behind him racing in second. Kunman, third in line of all cars who have made pit stops. Why does this matter? When you think of Bosey in fourth, Kunman in fifth. Bosey leading the points, Kunman in second, but Bosey still needing to come in for a little bit of California petrol. You know, I live in California, and I'll tell you right now, the gas prices here are really outrageous. So I can understand why Bosey does want to come in. It's frightening.
Yeah, I am noticing that Gresh's lap times are really falling off. I don't know if that's trying to save fuel.
Is it tire wear? Is it fuel? Is he nursing it?
Well, when he had the 97 getting close to him, he picked it back up into the 16s, and now he's almost into the 18s. So he's slowing it down. I'm not sure if he's doing that on purpose, trying to save a little fuel or what, but I happen to notice that. One of the advantages when you're out front like this.
Roll, baby, roll. Put that egg under the throttle, nurse it around. You're almost there.
Yeah, coming through the S's this time. Let's see if he's going to be hitting pit road here. And if it were me, I would be fuel only.
He's coming around, going through the horseshoe right now. No, one more lap for the leader.
He faked me out. I thought he was coming for a second.
Well, with that said, let's go ahead and check in on Bosey. He's much farther back. He is our points leader. I got a hunch this will be time for him to come in this time around. Not missing anything else. This is the best battle on the track is when these pit stops are made. Merritt and Winstead, 1-2, separated by about 20 seconds.
And Bosey's staying out too.
Gotta love it. Well, the gap between Gresh and Merritt is 15 seconds. I guess if Gresh has to go slow enough to get to the end on the fuel he has, but fast enough to stay ahead of Merritt. Do you love road course racing? Go ahead.
His last lap was a 118. Before that, he was running 116s when he was trying to stay ahead of the 97. And he's going to go out for another lap.
Oh, the drama of road course racing. And there's no yellow that can save them. No, no, no. This is true. Who can get there the quickest?
Yeah, one of the things with road course is that cautions just do not come out. So you pretty much plan ahead, you know, from the instant that there is no cautions that are coming out. It's just you got to run your race and just keep that car on the track the whole time.
Let's check in on your points leader, Adam Bosey, car number 83. Nope, Soup. I'm staying out. Attaboy. Is there anybody who can catch Bosey? Well, about 6 seconds back is Alan Kunman. It's interesting. Kunman 6 backs, and that's with having to make a pit stop. We started with...
Really starting to think they might be staying out here. I'm not sure.
We started with 28 on the lead lap, but only 2 are rolling the dice.
Yeah, and your leader stays out for another lap.
Let's go ahead and ride on board with Kyle Gresh. And instead of using our eyes to see what's going on, maybe we can hear from the audio if he's lifting and see what it sounds like inside that blue 27. Just listen, coming up the straight. This is really not a place where you can save much. Let's see where the lift comes here. Oh, nice and early, just coasting it through.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the things you can try to do is just, you know, lift earlier than you normally would into the corners, just to help the car obviously low it down, but obviously save the fuel.
All right. This is where I get confused. I've been doing this for so long and it still confuses me. Gresh currently working lap number 38, which means he's got to finish this one and then do 2 more. And he stayed out.
I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with this. I would never be able to pull this off. So the fact that he's already been able to run 38, 39 laps is just, oof.
He's got a 12-second cushion back to Merritt.
And that time he ran back in the 116s, so.
Let's turn our attention to our port leader, car number 83, Adam Bosey. Why are we looking? You know why. He's coming up on that part of the track. I've made my bed and I'm sleeping in it, Soup, says Adam Bosey. Partner, I don't think you run this way. I don't think you run this slow if you plan on stopping. It makes no sense. They would have done it early. They're going to try to stretch this thing.
I got to say, that's really impressive. I'd never be able to pull that off if I was trying, but the fact that I didn't think it was going to be a legit shot to do it, but the fact there's two guys trying to give that strategy, I'm curious to see if they can pull it off.
Gresh goes around one more time. You know what? This has given me hope. Because the one thing I cannot do is race fast. But I wonder if I could learn to race economically. Working lap number 40. With apologies to everybody else on the track, we are going to put our cameras on the 27 this entire way around to see if he can keep up the pace and get there.
With the lap times he's putting down, I definitely think he's going to make it this whole way. That was just one of his faster times, a 16.3. That would make me think he's pretty confident as he gets a little loose there in the corner. Woo.
Oh, speed and getting loose right now. Just keep the car on the track going straight and smooth and easy. Could it be? We thought he needed Godzilla to storm the track, but no! He is so close. Two corners to go. Don't come in now. Through the horseshoe.
This is impressive.
Sputter, sputter, sputter. No. Oh my goodness, when you race in California, it's all about fuel mileage. Kyle Gresh. Gets the win with fuel to save. Let's go ahead and turn our attention. We'll stay here for a minute. Let's look at our points leader, Adam Bosey. Bosey under attack from Cudman. Bosey has no fuel. Cudman can race with reckless abandon. This is the points leader going at it. Through the corner. They are side by side. Yes, it's National Bathtub Day. Cialis bathtubs down the front straight. Don't run out of fuel now. There are other Flintstone feet. Cudman nips them at the end, but oh, what a great run. Bosey will get fifth.
Great run to finish.
Sweet sassy Molassie. Cudman takes a pit stop. Bosey does not, and they finish within a thousandth of a second of each other. Do you love road racing? You bet you do. Do you love VGN? We hope so. We're going to take a short break. We'll come back and run down the entire finishing order, talk to some of the drivers before we put a lock on the gate. Woo, doggy, you're watching the Virtual Grid Network. From Sonoma Raceway, it's the Virtual Grip Network's Live as It Happens coverage of the DJ Yee-J ARCA Farmer 40. Round 7 on the Triple Bypass ARCA Series Season 9 schedule. The results are in. Let's give them to you now. I'll tell you right now, we were a little worried coming into this one. But I'll tell you, those puppies, they ate the spaghetti, and it sat nicely in their bellies. These guys put on a great racing here on the road course. Let's go ahead and tell you how it played out. Going the entire way without a pit stop was Kyle Gresh. All 40 laps on one tank of fuel. That's how you do it. He was able to hold off Tyler Merritt, who was clearly the fastest out there. But sometimes it's not as about being fast, it's about who's the smartest. Coming in third was Chad Winstead. He made a pit stop. Then a great battle between the two guys who sit 1 and 2 in the points. We're talking about Alan Kunman and Adam Ring around the Bosey. Bosey was your point leader. He tried to do a Gresh and go the distance. He was able to make it. Coming out of the horseshoe on the final lap, it was a drag race down to the start-finish line. Kunman nipped him by just a second, so he's going to knock off by just a second. Let me correct myself. By 2/100ths of a second, Kunman will close the gap a little bit on Bosey in the points. Corey Silva had a great run, up 7 positions. Brad Kress back in 8th spot. Sean Bradley was back there in 9th. Sean Bradley, and then big mover Zachary Nunley, even though he had to spin, finished in 9th. Great job. Started in 18th, cut that in half. And the man who makes all this broadcast possible, we got to thank him. He made the top 10. We're talking about Hertzog. Thank you, Mark, for letting us do this. We hope to do you proud when we do the last 2 races of the season. With that, let me turn the next part over to my partner.
Yeah, finishing 11th is going to be Matt Harmon. 12th is Terry Brooks. 13th is Caleb Brown. 14th, Adam Shaw. 15th, Dylan Freeman. 16th, Ben Harcum. 17th, Justin Baxter. 18th is AJ Corey. 19th is Matt Alfredson. And 20th is William Emmert.
And then you see the guys straggling down there at the back that had some trouble. John Crutchley, Tyler Wallace, Brian Cooper back there, Cameron Kane, Mark Gerald. There's your 25 that took the grid. With that, let's go ahead and talk to our race winner. And we'll bring in car number 27, Kyle Gresh. Gresh had a good run. Now, Kyle, it's soup up here in the booth. You have a copy?
I got you.
All right, let me tell you something, buddy. You have given me hope, because one thing I cannot do is race fast. But all of a sudden, I realized that maybe if I just race conservatively and save fuel, I might be able to steal a few wins. That was very impressive.
Yeah, I just kind of realized like 5 laps in, I'm like, all right, I need to set myself up for both strategies. I've raced Tyler enough to where I know he likes to pit either halfway or maybe a little bit early to kind of catch people off guard. And I was like, I have enough. I can save like 2 laps and make it to the end here, and yeah, not burn up my stuff. So yeah, that was probably like lap 6 or 7 decision there.
Get down to the final lap. We put our attention on you because at any moment the car could sputter and your whole plan could go for naught. But then you crossed the line and it looked like you had some fuel to burn.
Oh yeah. I had enough to maybe make it around another half lap, so I just kind of clutched it in, put it in 4th gear, and coasted around, and was able to just get one little measly little donut out.
And with the gap closing, you really could do the math that you realize that even if I go slow, I don't think Merritt's going to get me.
The main concern was Chad. When Chad was behind me, I didn't know if he had enough, so I was kind of pushing it a little bit, and the second he pitted, I was like, all right, I have all the security I need. So there was no real decision there. Near the end, it was all just coasting and waiting for the end of the race.
Having to go fast enough to stay ahead of Winstead, but still slow enough so that your plan would work.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. It was impressive. It was very dramatic. We love to see them when they steal them like that. Well done. We'll see you. Hey, is road course racing something you're good at, or is this a fluke? You did it by strategy.
No, I do a lot of endurance racing. I've done a couple 24s. Okay. Actually, Ben Harcum, who's in the race, me and him and Matt Parasini and oh god, Ryan Hyatt all won the Daytona 24 this year. Yeah, so we're all. I do a fair amount of road course racing. I do a lot of IndyCar stuff too, so I
Well,
enjoy the road stuff anytime we have a chance to do it.
well, you made a name for yourself. Hopefully, we'll see you get yourself a good finish on with the ovals later this season. Good luck, man.
Yeah, man, thank you.
Kyle Kresh, your winner. Who you got, partner?
All right. Well, I got third place finisher Chad Winstead. Chad, you got a copy?
I got you.
Man, that was one crazy run. Did you think that anybody was going to be able to go the whole way on that one tank of fuel?
Not at the beginning, and then I realized, part of the way through the race, if I would have done a little bit better job saving, that maybe I could have as well. But ultimately decided that it wasn't worth trying. Towards the end, I hadn't saved quite enough and didn't really have anything for him.
So one thing I was really curious about, I don't know how much you know, a lot more people took tires than I thought. Was that a thought in your mind at all with the pit strategy, or was it just fuel only and get back out there?
Fuel only and get back out there. Just, that's an extra 10 plus seconds or so that I didn't feel like was needed because I was actually running my fastest laps halfway through the race, 3/4 of the way through the race. I felt like I finally figured it out and was right on pace with Tyler and Kyle on their fast laps, but it just took me a little while to get there.
Yeah, I noticed a little bit towards the end there that you were starting to catch Kyle. Like, did you have anything, or did you know you had to pit? Like, what was the thing? Just try to get him to maybe use more fuel?
Yeah, once I realized that he was saving, I just pushed it as hard as I could to get up there and try to get around him. And then, ironically enough, I don't know if y'all saw right when I got up to his rear bumper there, my iRacing decided to basically almost crash. I dropped down to about 1 frame a second for 2 or 3 seconds. I had no idea where I was on the track. So I ended up losing big on that. Got caught up behind 2 wide lap cars. And then after that, it was just salvage what I could.
I gotcha. You got those gremlins sometimes with the computer issues. Thankfully it wasn't worse. It definitely could have been. But great job, third place finish tonight. Anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, shout out to anybody, friends, family, wife that's watching tonight, and my crew over at Queen City Racing. We had a good run tonight. I think we finished third, fourth, and fifth. So another solid run by those guys, and yeah, that's all I got.
Chad, VGN has a policy. You can't thank the wife without using her name. So what actually is the girl's name?
It's Beth.
Beth. Elizabeth. All right. Well, go. Well, congratulations, man, on your third place finish. Good deal.
All right. Thank you, Soup. Josh, appreciate you guys.
Okay, we got Tyler Merrick, our second place finisher. I'll take this one. We'll dial up to number 38. Tyler, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Hey, we'll do this real quick because we've been running a little bit late. Well done. You were the fastest car out there, but you were not the smartest car out there.
I forgot about clutch button. Well, not a clutch. I forgot about a shut off button tonight. That's why I didn't stay up.
What's that again? What's that?
I didn't set a shut off button tonight.
So I don't understand. I don't. What is that? What does that mean?
It shuts the car off so the engine doesn't use gas pretty much. I had to reset my PC a while back, and I have not had a button back for that for a while because I haven't done legal reset in a while. So yeah, that kind of they kind of did bite me in the butt tonight. It is
fascinating. Fascinating. Okay, so there was even though you were quick, there was still a thought maybe of going the distance, huh?
Oh, I was planning on it because I know the tires don't fall off here. I accidentally forgot to uncheck right side tires. Because yeah, that's why if you I don't watch the broadcast, I was listening to it, but if I don't know if you guys watched my pit stop, I did not mean to take tires because I know the sweet spot of these tires is like lap 20, 25 most road courses it is. So I did not mean to take tires.
Would have that cost you 10 extra seconds in the pit lane, which was the interval between you and the leader?
I think it cost me about 6 seconds, and the others I could not get I could not get through the lap cars clean enough. And there was also more than one time I overshot the carousel, whatever it's called, the last corner. One of the times I actually about spun out. I don't know if you guys caught that.
Well, there you have it. That's why we do these interviews, because we can learn a lot from it. So there's a whole nother background story going on your race. It was not as simple as we thought.
It was not.
Okay. Hey, well, congratulations. Well, will we see you on any of the ovals coming up later this season?
No, you will not. I was going for the championship earlier. I won Richmond. I think I still had the points lead after Daytona, but I had a really bad Daytona. I was surprised. I think I would have like a 10th place or so there. That race sucked for me.
All right, Ringer. Well,
I'm burnt on oval. I really am. Like, I've done one oval race the past month, and I hated every second of it.
Oh, Lord. You're preaching to the choir. I can get it. All right. Well, good luck. Good luck to you, man. We'll see you down the road wherever it is. Hopefully on another road course we'll find for you. Okay.
All right. You guys have a good night. Thanks for the broadcast. Take it easy.
All right, Tyler Merritt, our road course ringer tonight. And he finishes second. And actually, if he would have not played a little smarter, might have had a shot at it. Well, BGN, we're all done here. When we doing this again, we're going to put up. I want to watch. Look where we're going. You don't want to miss it. Pocono, gotta love Pocono. There's only 3 corners of that place, I've been told. That sounds like a fun place to watch. All those broadcasts are a production of the Virtual Grip Network. Well, we hope you enjoyed the show. If not, we'll try to do better next time. On behalf of my partner and the boss man who's making this work, we'd like to thank you for watching. Until next time, have fun storming the castle.